followed some brilliant bowling in the first session of the day's play. Just about an hour after lunch, South Africa were 103 for 5, and we thought the West Indies will be getting them out for somewhere between 150 and 160, giving us a chance at chasing just about 230 to win the match in over 2.5 days. But since that time, followed by some very sloppy bowling, some ordinary field placing, a lack of imagination on the captaincy, the West Indies have let South Africa off the hook. And now South Africa are 220 for 6, leading by 289. Mulder and Bavuma have put on 103 for the 6 wickets, before Joseph got Mulder. I never saw the dismissal because I went away from the screen for a short while, and that's why I'm coming on late, because I was scheduled to come on at 5 to 9 Jamaica time, but I just came on at 1 minute after 9. That was because there was a situation that I had to deal with. I am not in the happiest of mood this morning as I was probably 2 hours ago, because I just think that our bowling performance lack penetration, lack the discipline that is required. Even if we did not get the wicket, South Africa should not have scored 117 runs in just about 2 hours. It shows a lack of discipline. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Please click on that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. It's free to click, and you'll click only once. I was not here yesterday, and thank you, Gerard Mead, for checking in on me. I really appreciate that. I had an appointment with an eye specialist yesterday, and everything is okay. The only disappointment is that you have to pay so much money to know that your eye is okay. And sometimes you wonder that you go to your optometrist or your eye doctor, whatsoever they are called, and they refer you to someone else. You have to wonder if they just don't refer you to their friend to take a food off you. You don't know. But you are comfort in the fact, though, to know that your eyes are okay. So that was a situation where I never came on yesterday. And thank you, Gerard Mead, for checking in on me. So one of the things that I don't do when I'm watching the match is not to listen to the commentary, especially when it is an overseas tour, because the bias that comes out of the commentary is too much for me to bear. So I do not watch the match. Now, so at this stage, South Africa is 222 for 6. Our bowling was not disciplined, as I said. And it was not helped by the fact that the captain doesn't show any imagination. During the time that I was watching the match and was watching on and off, so I did not see everything, I cannot recall South Africa giving a chance. However, what I saw were a number of deliveries going through the slips. I pointed out to you last week, or I think it was in the West Indies first innings. No, it was last week in the West Indies second innings. Joshua Da Silva was out caught at third slip. And I pointed out that if it was West Indies that was fielding, we would not have a third slip so late in the game. And I think that we are too defensive in our field placing. And this is not my original comment, because a number of persons in this community and in the comment section have pointed out that Craig Brathwaite tend to be too defensive, and if we need a change of captain. So this is not my original comment. It was there before. But it was there for all to see this morning how defensive we were, although South Africa was 103 for 5. How could we be 103 for 5? And yet still, we have only 2 slips. Just about an over or 2 ago, just as I sat down, I saw Joseph bowled a brute of a delivery to Bavuma. Bavuma have to punch it from under his throat or out of his face. The ball lobbed in the air, and there was no fielder close enough to take the catch. It shows a lack of imagination on the part of our captain. 1 second. Thank you. Sorry about that. Now, 226 for 6, leading by 295. The average 4th inning score on this ground is 210. So West Indies, for West Indies to win this match, and we as West Indies supporters should not write them off. We should not write off West Indies. We must continue to back the team. We are very frustrated at this time. And you can get it because you realize that the energy that I usually have, it is not there. Because I'm very, very frustrated at this time. We should not have allowed South Africa to get past 200 in their second innings. Now, there are mitigating circumstances. I'm coming to your comment right very, very quickly. I just want to address one. Let me go to your comment. I'm coming to your comment. Good morning, all. Yes, Jared Mead, thank you for checking in on me. Thank you. As I said earlier, I went to do a specialist examination of my eyes. I went to see my, what they call him, optician. I went to see my ophthalmologist. I don't remember what they call him, but I went to see my eye doctor 2 weeks or so ago, and she referred me to a specialist, and the appointment was yesterday. And he said that my eyes are good. So, but thank you very much, Gerard Mead, for checking in on me. I appreciate that. Once again, our weaknesses are being exposed. Surely, Joseph is a world-class bowler. Joseph is our best bowler. Motie also is a world-class bowler. Those are the 2 world-class bowlers in this team at this moment. I have said so often that Roach in the Caribbean is a world-class bowler. He got 5 wickets in the second innings of the South Africa match, and he should be congratulated. But isn't that the exception to the norm? It is the exception, and we know that every norm has an exception. Somebody pointed out in the comment section that if you played Puppy must lick your mouth. And they said that Roach played overseas long enough, so there comes a time when he's going to get a 5-wicket haul. That being said, however, getting 5 wickets in the South African second innings, Roach must be congratulated. He must be congratulated. But the point I'm making is that our 2 best performers as bowlers are Motie and Joseph. And our lack of penetrative bowling showed up again. Since Myers got the 2nd wicket and he came off, Myers have not bowled since. Why? Why have Myers not bowled since? That is down to captaincy. Why? Why have Myers? He was our best bowler with South Africa. 103 for 5. At that stage in the South African innings, Myers was our best bowler. He's still our best bowler with 2 for 17 from 10 overs. But why hasn't he bowled in the past 2.5 hours? Why? Why hasn't he bowled? I can't understand the decision not to bowl Myers. He has gotten 2 wickets. He gotten 3 in the first innings. And for the past 2.5 hours, including a tea break, Myers have not bowled again. This captain need to go, man. He should not be dropped as a batsman. Although he drew some runs. So maybe he's allowing South Africa to make over 300 so that he can make a double. Maybe. Because he drew some runs now. Because after that big 186 against Zimbabwe, well done against Zimbabwe, for his past 5 innings, he has not passed 40. I doubt if he has passed 30. So he drew some runs now at the top of the order. Good morning, John P. Nicol. I'm a bit concerned with Brathwaite captaincy and field placing. Agree with you, John P. Pure foolishness. When you change captain, who gonna put? The man just needs some good guidance and he will be a better captain. Sammy St. Ellen, are you justifying the decisions that Brathwaite is making on the field right now? Are you justifying, are you accepting what Brathwaite is doing right now as captain? And that is what we are pointing out. Are you accepting it? Should we accept what Brathwaite is now doing as captain, Sammy? So please tell us, Sammy. Please tell us in the chat. Past captain have not been any better in the past 2 decades. Despite that, Sammy, we cannot accept these poor decisions. South Africa lead now by 296, 227 for 6. Bavuma is on 125 and Armour is on 10. Chase to Armour. Armour on the front foot plays this out to cover and there's no run. Sammy St. Ellen, I am telling you, Sammy St. Ellen, I cannot reason like that. If I am to say that what Brathwaite is doing right now, I am pleased with it, I'll be lying to myself. So I'm not going to go down that road. I cannot be comfortable. So please, you tell me if you are comfortable with how Brathwaite is leading the team right now. And there's no justification for his poor leadership by saying that those in the past were poor. That's not a justification for you doing wrong. Are you saying that if your family member or somebody close to you hurt someone, it's a justification for you to hurt the person? No. So we cannot, Sammy St. Ellen. Craig is a weak leader. Welcome to the show, Winston. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Why is Chase being bold this long to do what to gain and the test series? It's not working for Chase. Why bowl it? Chase is looking very, very, very ordinary. Very ordinary. I'm trying to answer that question too, Winston. Why is Chase bowling and not Myers? Myers has not bowled for the past 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, including a tea break. So why is Chase not bowling? That is Atanase on the field. Atanase is on the field for someone. Why is not Chase? Why is Myers not bowling? Why? Motie to Bavuma. Bavuma gives himself a little room and stroke this through the cover. The fielder off the cover boundary comes in and field, and there's a single there for Bavuma, who has now pushed up to 127. So South Africa lead is now 299. Bavuma is on 127. Armour is on 11. South Africa 230 for 6. Motie. In all fairness, one of the things I want to point out, that's a good delivery from Motie. Touchdown just about off stump and leave the batsman, Armour. That Silva failed to call it, but no damage done. One of the things that I want to point out that one could look at it in this innings. Clearly, the West Indies bowling attack is hampered by the injury that Motie suffered just before the first test. You saw it in his first spell, in the first innings of this match, that he was not trusting his body. And having bowled, good delivery again from Motie. Having bowled about 17 or 18 over in the South African first innings, it is clear that Motie was a bit stiff when he came on to bowl in his first spell in this innings. So clearly he has been hampered by the injury that he suffered just before the first test. Now, at 103 for 5, Motie came on to bowl and he did not bowl very well. I was happy to see when Motie was coming on to bowl, but clearly he was a bit stiff. And so it released the pressure on the South African batsmen. I applaud the captain for switching Motie end, but it did not help. He's now back on for his second spell, and it seems that the physio worked on him during the tea break, and he's now looking a little freer. Let's continue to watch what is happening, because once Motie is a bit freer, I think that we can wrap up this South African innings very quickly. That being said, however, knowing that one of your bowler is not as free as he should be because he's coming off an injury, we should have kept it tighter. Even if we did not get any wicket, we should have kept it tighter. That's what I'm saying. Chase looked very ordinary, very ordinary. Good morning, sir. Anthony, welcome to the show. I was wondering why Reefer was brought on before Motie in the 40-something overs. Then Motie was given the ball to bowl. That's the reason. Motie was a bit stiff. He still has some after effect of the injury. So that's what I said earlier. It really has to do with Reefer coming on to bowl before Motie. I think Motie bowled one over before Reefer. I don't quite remember. But why Motie came on to bowl so late, he was still a bit stiff and he was still suffering from the injury that he picked up just before the first test. You really expect Craig to some second innings, sir? Have you followed Craig over the years? He's a very poor second innings batsman. Yes, Winston, I have always said that I have to support the West Indies team. And just like I said that this would not have been my playing 11. Once that 11 takes the field, as a supporter of West Indies cricket, I have to support the 11 that is on the field. So I have to hope that Craig will come good in the second innings. I have to hope. I have to want him to come good. I have to want Chanderpaul to come good, Reefer to come good, Blackwood, Mayers, Chase. As poor as Chase is bowling now, you hope that if he bowls the next over, he gets a hat-trick. So that's the mind frame that I have. Whosoever is playing, I have to wish them the best. Even if, in my opinion, they were not supposed to be in the team or the squad to South Africa. Whosoever is playing, I have to wish and hope for the best. Because when West Indies win, I am happy, very happy. When West Indies lose, I am sad, I am miserable, I'm frustrated, I'm hungry. So I have to hope for the best, Winston. So that is my mindset. I just want to remain positive in the mindset. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. It is free to subscribe and you click only once. I noticed that you don't think Myers is a world-class bowler. I guess you are agreeing with Brathwaite. I notice you don't think that Myers is a world-class bowler. All right, let me clear up that for you clearly, Leroy Turner. I know Myers is not a world-class bowler. He's an effective bowler, capable of getting you wickets. He's an effective bowler, capable of getting you wickets. So I answer your question by asking you this. If Myers was not a batsman, would you pick Mayors in your team? Or do you think Mayors can make any test team in the world as a bowler? That's the answer to that question. Do you think Mayors can make any test team in the world as a bowler? Mayors is able to get you wickets, and I rate Mayors highly. And I would have said Leroy Turner in the past, and if you had listened to those videos on the home page, and even in my watch along, I would have said that Mayors should bowl more. I have always said it, that Mayors should bowl more. In fact, if you listen to my preview of the series before it starts, you will recall that I picked Mayors to be one of the most effective bowlers in South Africa. I expect him to do well in South Africa. You would have recalled. Can Mayors make any team in the world as a bowler? Answer that question. Can he make any team in the world as a bowler? Claude Murphy, how you doing? Claude Murphy, thank you, sir. Thank you. How come the commentators who are to be neutral celebrated and jumped all over the studio when Bavuma scored that century? That was so biased. Claude Murphy, that is why I don't listen to the commentary. And that is one of the things that motivated me to do this watch along, because I know the commentary is so biased. And for us as West Indies supporters, it is very, very hard to listen to it some of the times. So I am, not some of the time, most of the times. So I am motivated to do this watch along and hoping that you guys are like me, so you will turn down your television set or whatsoever device you are watching it to almost mute. I have mine on 2. The volume is turned down right down to 2, so I'm not hearing anything. And that with us having this conversation here, with us in this community interacting, we tune out those biased commentators and try and enjoy the cricket some more. Because South Africa is now leading by 302 with 4 wickets in hand. That's a strong position. And I know right now those commentators are so cocky, they're so arrogant, they're so boastful right now. I know. And that's why I don't tune them in. I turn on my volume. And that is one of the reasons why I'm motivated to do this watch along. Because I hope this wonderful community will help me to get through the match and don't have to listen to those commentators. I am not justifying this terrible decision. Thank you. But that's what we are saying. That's what we are saying, St. Ellen. And we cannot support those in time and time again. We see those decisions being made, which means of it supported those in charge. There's background staff to aid him. I agree with that. I agree with all of that. You know, I agree with this comment. I agree with this comment, St. Ellen. And that is why I'm saying, St. Ellen, we cannot justify the poor decision that is being made now. We have to call it out. We have to call it out. I agree with everything you said here. You know, and there's no conflict in what I said earlier and answering your question and saying that I agree with this. Because everything you said is correct. But he's making some terrible decisions now. And that is what we are calling out. Yeah, you know, if right now, Brathwaite made a bowling change up the field placing, show some imagination, and gets a few wickets, I will be the first one to applaud those decisions. So I don't applaud things in my imagination. I applaud what I see. I analyze what I see. And it's not criticism. It's analyzing what is happening. 238 for 6. Chase continued to bowl. 1.2 overs before the new ball. This is Motie. Sorry, Motie. Good delivery, touching down just about off stump. Almost on the front foot, covers up, plays the ball to extra cover. Chanderpaul field, and there's no run. South Africa, 238 for 6, lead by 307. Armour seconds over his back. Motie, left arm, round the wicket, up to the wicket, and bowl to Armour, short on there, and he cuts it away, backward of point, it running toward the boundary, into the boundary now for 4. So South Africa's pushed up to 242 for 6. They are now leading by 311 runs. That's another short, wide one from Motie, giving Armour too much room, and he duly obliged and cut it away down backward of point for 4. Good shot by Armour. South Africa pushing on to take this match out of the reach of the West Indies. I will not go as far as saying he should be removed as captain right now. Good, and I appreciate that, St. Ellen. But at the same time, St. Ellen, you should not have anything or criticize those who think that he should remove, because it is just a different in opinion. So I respect your opinion by thinking that he should not be removed. And others in the chat, I sure respect your opinion. But if someone in the chat believes that he should be removed, you should also respect that opinion, because it's a different opinion. And your opinion may be right, but it may be wrong. And the other person who differs from you, their opinion may be right or may be wrong. So it's all about expressing the opinion and expressing your opinion without attacking the person who is putting forward the opinion. Why is the screen freeze? I don't, it has frozen. So it has frozen, or it comes back up. So that's the type of conversation I would like us to have. Mr. Casanova, welcome to the show. This match is not looking good for us at all. Clearly, South Africa leading now by over 300 runs. It's not looking good for us at all, Mr. Casanova. The average fourth inning score on this ground is 210. That's the average fourth inning score. And it's South Africa leading by 312. That's 102 more than the average fourth inning score. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen after this over. Because Joseph has just finished a spell. And this is his 80th over, being bowled by Chase. Onto the back foot goes Armour, and he places back down to the pitch. The fielder from mid-on comes in, picks up, and returns the ball to Chase. So there's a slip. That's the only man that is close to the bat. As Armour is his name, Secker. Chase, over the wicket, bowl to Armour on a good line and a good length. The batsman is on his front foot, close the face a little and play the ball down back the pitch. Reefer, who's at a short mid-on, comes in field, and there's no run. So the second new ball is now due. South Africa 243 for 6, leaded by 312. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen now. Will they give Roach and Mayers the new ball? Will they give Older the new ball? How many overs have Older bowled so far in this match? Has Older been on the ball? Because should Older be bowling now? So they are showing the new ball on the screen. The umpire is taking out the new ball. He tossed it to his colleague, waiting to receive the old ball. They tossed it to him. But at this stage, South Africa is 243. Sadly, as it is being displayed, West Indies team is showing a lack of mental preparation, international exposure, physical capabilities in the field, and poor leadership. Eddie Prasad, thank you for your opinion. I won't disagree with those opinions. I won't disagree with those opinions. Thank you very much, Eddie Prasad. That's a fair comment. That's a fair comment, Eddie Prasad. 300 plus runs, lead with 2 days to bowl us out. Yes, Mr. Casanova, it looks a tall target. But I think that this South African team have one world-class bowler. I think that to be fair, and I'm being honest here, it is very unlikely that West Indies will chase down the total that South Africa set. It looks like this total is going to be well over 300, probably 340, 350 or more. Slider with the new ball. So West Indies have taken the new ball. So Slider slides in, ball to Bavuma outside the half stump. He leaves alone and it went through to the keeper and there's no runs. So far, Old have bowled 12 overs. Mayors 10, Reefer 8, Motie 10, Chase 14. So Chase 14 overs, none for 45. But yet still, Ian Joseph is the only one that has bowled 14 overs. Someone need to explain to me. Roach to Bavuma, and Bavuma drove this back to the bowler. He put down his hand and half stopped the delivery. The fielders from mid-off and mid-on converge on it, and there's no run. So that was pitched up to Bavuma. Bavuma was on the front foot and stroked it hard back to Roach, who put down a hand and stopped it, and there's no run. Someone please explain to me why Chase bowled 14 overs and the bowlers who took the wickets have not bowled 14 overs except Joseph. Joseph is the only one that has bowled 14 overs. And Joseph has just finished a spell 2 or 3 overs before the new ball was due. Should Joseph was the one who was bowling that spell 2 or 3 over before the new ball was due? Shouldn't Joseph have been safe to bowl the new ball? Marker, he got the wicket, fine. But shouldn't he been safe to bowl the new ball? I'm just asking because I don't know this cricket so much. But if I was captain in the team, somehow I would work out my bowling changes that my best bowler bowls the new ball. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done, certainly. If West Indies had good players, top cricket, that wouldn't happen. Yes, Trevor. Yes, that is so true. Hey, man, how are you doing? Thank you. I'm glad that you are able to tune into the broadcast today. I'm glad. I'm sorry that you missed it the other day. In my opinion, yes, he is. Taking wickets is the criteria for being a world-class bowler like Baptiste, Valburn, Older, Boyce, or Julian. And I do not run down your opinion. So you think that he could... I'm asking the question. You think that Mayers could make this team solely as a bowler? And you think that he could make other test teams in the world solely as a bowler? That's your opinion. And I can't run down your opinion. I don't think so. You think so. I won't disagree with your opinion. But I would not pick Mayers in my team solely as a bowler. Do I want Mayers to get wickets? Do I think Mayers should bowl more in this team? Yes. Can he make my team solely as a bowler? No. So bad bowling, bro, leads to up to 311. Yes, the book after having them 103 for 5, we lost the plot. We lost the plot. How much the injury to Motie contributed to us losing that plot? Because Motie did not come on and bowl as we expected him to. And it was clear he was suffering. He was suffering and he was not trusting his body. How much that injury caused us to be in this position and not batting right now is something that we need to look at. Because I think a fit Motie would have bowled out South Africa already. Can someone please tell me why Chase is bowling more overs than Motie? Motie is not totally fit, Caris. He's not totally fit. But that being said, Chase should not have bowled more over than Roach, Mayers, and Older. Motie is not totally fit, but Chase should not have bowled more overs than Chase, Mayers, and Older. West Indies have all these seamers. Why start the third session with Chase? Yeah, it's a concern for... That's a good delivery from Mayers. Pitch and it cuts back in. This is what I'm saying. Mayers should have been bowling a long time ago. And I don't have an issue with Mayers getting the new ball. MPEC TV. West Indies always make mistakes. Older Mayers, Joseph should be dropped to keep the runs down and get a breakthrough. MPEC TV. West Indies always make mistakes. Older Mayers, Joseph should be deployed. Oh, deployed. Oh, sorry. Sorry, yes, sorry, true. I agree with you. I agree with you. Surprisingly, MPEC TV, is this the first time I'm agreeing with you? But I agree with you. I agree with you, sir. Good comment. Good morning, Cricket Forum. Good morning, Caris. How are you? I believe West Indies selectors need to use a mixture of raw talent, analytics, and performance to choose the best team. Form is temporary, but class is permanent. Devon Thomas is shortchanged in all of this. Ilra Andrew, you touched some very sensitive points. If you look back at when I was selecting my 11 for this match, I have Devon Thomas in it. The idea of picking raw talent, I am not one who is adverse to picking raw talent. I am not one who is adverse to that. And I think they have analysts on these things, but we should pick persons of performances. That's my sole purpose. That's my sole basis of picking teams. So I agree with picking players of performances. I am not adverse to picking raw talent, but it has to be well thought out. In picking raw talent, it has to be well thought out. And I'm not adverse to picking raw talent because it can go either way. So I'm not adverse, but it has to be well thought out. I have Devon Thomas. I had Devon Thomas in my playing 11. But let us support the playing 11 that is on the field. Because whatsoever South Africa leads by, it is this playing 11 alone on the field that can chase it down. So it doesn't matter who we think should have been in the playing 11. The crux of the matter right now is that it's only those 11 players can win this match for us. So we need to support the 11 that is on the field. Please let us support this 11 that is on the field. So South Africa, 245 for 6. They lead by 314. Let's watch this over by Mayers. The slips are too wide. We should have 2 slips closer. 2 slip, backward point cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, backward off point on the boundary, backward square leg on the boundary. Mayers is in to bowl to armour onto the front foot and he places this down to mid on Chanderpaul field and there's no run. 245 for 6. So we have 2 slips. I think the 2 slips are too wide. They should be closer. Backward point, cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, backward square leg on the boundary. You could say a 45. Mayers setting that fielder now. He's making some adjustment to the fielder on the backward square leg boundary. He passes the umpire up to the wicket and bowl to armour onto the front foot again, plays back the delivery to Myers. That one touchdown and comes back into the batsman. The end of the over, Myers 11 over 2 for 18. South Africa 245 for 6. They are leading by 314 runs. MPEC TV, how you doing? Whoever taking wickets and bowling a tight line should be doing the bulk of the bowling. We agree again, MPEC TV. I agree with you. Oh no, West Indies is getting beaten like a stepchild again. Demon 7. Okay, very colorful comment here. Very powerful comment. I was informed that Motie is feeling some discomfort. That is why Chase is bowling. Yes, John P. Nicol, I just suspected that is not right. Just looking at his bowling action and just when he came on so late to bowl. So Roach to Bavuma, that's a 4. Yes, the score moved up to 249. I never saw that delivery. Watch the replay. So it was flicked away down behind square leg for 4. So it was a full delivery on mid-run leg and Bavuma flicked it away down behind square for 4. Just clipped it. Roach again to Bavuma. Outside the half stump, Bavuma leaves alone and it goes through to the keeper. The 2 slips are much tighter to Roach than they are to Mayers. I prefer to see my slip standing in that position. I'm getting the impression that when you said world-class bowler, you actually mean top 10 bowler in the world. Not necessarily Leroy Turner. When I say world-class bowler, I mean playing test cricket solely as a bowler, as your role, as your ability. Roach into Bavuma, beaten outside the half stump, genuinely beaten. He got Bavuma to push at that one touchdown, but it leaves him a little. but he never followed the delivery. He held his line and it never followed the delivery. Good delivery that from Roach. So that's what I'm saying. Does he has the ability? Mark, he had played 17 test matches before this one, and he has gotten only 28 test wickets. 8 of those wickets came in one match. So in the other 16 matches, he has only gotten 28, he has only gotten 20 wickets. So is that the strike rate of a world-class bowler? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying top 10. I'm saying, does his bowling ability allows him to make a test team solely on his bowling? So that he could not bat any at all. Would he get into the West Indies team as a bowler? That's the question. That's how I determine world class. That's the initial level of world class. Not the top 10 bowlers in the world is like world class, but they are at level 10. But is Roach at a level 2 or 3? Can he make a test team with his bowling alone? And no one is surprised. Through MPEG TV, Mayor should bowl and save Joseph for the new ball. I agree with you. Boy, you're agreeing with me so much today. Look at Mayor's stats. He's better than our full-time fast bowlers. If we think that Mayers is better than our full-time fast bowlers, drop one of them and play them at number 8 and get a batsman to bat at number 6. Look at Mayer's stats. He's better than our full-time fast bowlers. I do not have a problem with that. But if we think that he's one of our best 4 bowlers, bat him at number 8, put another batsman in the team to bat at number 6, and drop one of those 4 bowlers. No problem. That's how I see. Claude Gale, welcome to the show. Glenn, how are you? I don't think he could make the team as a bowler. Neither do I. But neither do I, Glenn. I don't think he could make the team as a bowler. But our friend here with that previous comment, Turner, I think was his name, D-Man think that he's better than some of our top 4 bowlers. And I'm saying to the man, if that's what you think, then we should drop one of our 4 bowlers, bat him at number 8, and put in a batsman at number 6. But I don't think he could make the team. I agree with you, Cricket Forum. Thank you, Karis. D-Man, let's watch this over from Mayers. I'm glad Weston is going to lose. No. Not on this forum, D-Man. Not on this forum. I'm glad Weston's going to lose this. I have errands to run, and no D-Man. We come on, D-Man. No D-Man. Come on, please. No, we can't be happy unless you're not from the West Indies. I think you're probably from South Africa. D-Man is from South Africa, you know. I think D-Man is from South Africa. Yes, D-Man, thank you for tuning in from South Africa. You're from Johannesburg. Mayers bowled to Armour. Armour leaves alone that one dark box, but it didn't challenge the off stump through to the keeper and collected by Da Silva. So South Africa, 251 for 6, leading by 320. Armour is on 15. Bavuma is on 144. He should be approaching his highest test score, or this is already his highest test score. I think he has 1 century before this match. So the children playing on the grass bank. Myers up to the wicket, bowl to Armour, flicked away, down to mid-wicket, no run. So the score remained on 251. So Armour going across the stump there. That ball was just about off stump or just outside the off stump, but Armour still flicked it away to mid-wicket, where the field and there's no run. Let's watch this over from Myers. 2 deliveries to come. The family is enjoying the grass bank. Sorry about that. 251 for 6, leading by 320. Mayers on his way, bowl to Armour. Armour onto the front foot and plays this down to cover where the field that looks to be Chanderpaul tosses the ball to the mid-off, and Mayers turn and going back to the top of his mark. The score remained on 251. 11.5 overs. This is the last delivery of Mayers over. Let's watch this over. Let's watch this final delivery from Mayers. Armour, seconds in his crease, looked up. and see that Myers begins to move in. Myers now passes the umpire, only one slip, ball to Armour. Armour is onto the front foot and plays the delivery back to Myers. So at the end of that Myers over, South Africa 251 for 6. Armour is on 15, Bavuma is on 144. South Africa lead by 320. We are in the final hour of the third day's play in the second test match between West Indies and South Africa. Older embarrassed you this test. No, he did not embarrass me, MPEC. He turned it around. He turned around his form. Never embarrassed me. Come on, MPEC. I'm happy for his performance. If it wasn't for older performance, this match would have already been finished. He didn't embarrass me, MPEC. He didn't embarrass me. And even if he embarrassed me, he had embarrassed himself in his last 20 innings before this. So it's full time that he embarrassed me. But he didn't embarrass me. He turned around his form. He got some runs. He performed better. I welcome the performance. Embarrass me? No. He turned around his performance. He never embarrassed me, MPEC. Shame on you, MPEC. He never embarrassed me. He finally justified his selection. That's what he did. So Roach again to bowl to Bavuma. Roach up to Bavuma again. He leaves alone and it goes through to the keeper. Craig Brathwaite should be removed from the captain. So there are different opinions. Some persons don't think he should be removed. Some think he should be removed. That is what this community is about. Different opinion. My opinion, I will think about it and I will tell you tomorrow. I will think about it. But at this time, I'm not calling for his removal, but I'll think about it. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe and you click only once. Again, Bavuma leaves alone and the ball through to the keeper. Good morning, Charlie X. Welcome to the show. I take my hat off to Bavuma. Played a gem of a skipper innings. Well, he played a gem of a skipper innings against the West Indies. Well, you're happy for him, but you're not happy that he did it against the West Indies. That's my viewpoint. D-Man, should I really read your comment after you said that you want the West Indies to lose? You are a South African D-Man. Lovely cricket. If you're a South African D-Man, you said you want the West Indies to lose. Should I really read your comment? Thank you for tuning. I think that you're living in Cape Town, D-Man. Is it Cape Town or Johannesburg that you live, D-Man? Tell us, please. We are too quick to label players as world-class after an outstanding performance. True, Gerard Mead. One performance doesn't make you a world-class performer. I agree with that assessment if one believes that about Myers, Mr. Cricket Forum. Thank you, Brian H. You know, I appreciate you agreeing with me. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate Leroy Reid and Leroy Turner and who else? The other person. I think it was D-Man. You know, I also appreciate their comments. And it just goes to show that there's always another side. But we must try to cut out the favoritism. We must try to judge players on their performances, not the country that they're from. I do not see Jamaica. I do not see Barbados or Trinidad. I see West Indies because it's West Indies I want to see win. Next week, Wednesday, at the start of the regional 4-day tournament, it doesn't matter to me who win the matches except the one that Jamaica is playing in. I want Jamaica to win that one. But it doesn't matter to me who win the other matches. What I want to see is performances, especially from our young batsmen. I want to see how Nandu is going to perform. I want to see how Melius is going to perform. I want to see how Sunil Ambrose is going to do. Those are the things. I want to see what Mansingh is going to do. Those players. I want to see what Bravo is going to do. I want to see what Bonner is going to do. Those are the things that I'm looking forward to. Not who win or who lose. I want to see how my bowler Colin Archibald from the Windward or Leeward Island. You see, I don't remember which country he's from. But I love Colin Archibald. And I want to see what he's going to do I think he's a genuine left arm option for the West Indies team. But I want to see if he's going to get some more wickets that I can load up his name. I don't care which country you are from. I want you to perform. I want the West Indies to perform. That is my objective. That is what I think about. That is what I talk about all the while. You bash West Indies too much. Leroy, I don't bash West Indies, I bash their performance. D-Man is from South Africa. Glad to have you on our platform. True Shugs is from South Africa. Let's be honest here. Our players are not as good as our other top-ranked team in the world. This is not the best result we could produce. D-Man, I agree with you. We are not the best, but we cannot say we want our team to lose. It is very unlikely that we will win this match. We know that. It is very unlikely. But we cannot now just write them off and say we want them to lose. No, we cannot be satisfied with losing. We should never be satisfied with losing. We cannot write off our team. We should not write off our team. We must be critical of their performance when they are not performing. We must call out poor performance when they are not performing. What is happening here? Myers is being taken to the boundary. It's the second time I'm looking up and seeing the ball running to the boundary. The screen has frozen again, so I don't know. So it's not about bashing our players too much. Sammy couldn't even make the team. I don't know if any of you in this chat ever turned to Mesa's show in Barbados. Even Mr. Mesa talk about Brathwaite captaincy and leadership. So Bavuma is now on 150. First time he's making a score over 150. 257 for 6. They lead by 326. You know, there are times when I watch the Mesa show. There are times when I don't. One of the things, look, I welcome all opinions. But one of the things that I try to do is to give my opinion. And so I try to concentrate on doing my research, doing my background work. I read a lot and trying to analyze and formulate my opinion. So most of the times I do not have time to watch these other shows. But it is not out of the question of I watching these other shows. But I'm glad that Ferris are saying that Andrew Mesa is saying that Brathwaite is not fit for the captaincy. And we pointed out some of that this morning. You all better thank Cricket Forum for applying pressure on players in poor form and force them to improve. Thank you. That's what we are about. We are about to point out these things. It's looking like Lara is actually Bavuma's batting consultant. Tyrell always let me laugh. He always let me laugh. He just have these one sentence hit. He just have these one sentence hit. And I think he is referring to Bavuma crediting Brian Lara for his improved batting, because he said that Brian Lara have inspired him. And so I think that's what he said. Older was removed from the captaincy to work on his form, but it didn't help his form. MPEG TV, thank you for that comment. Thank you for that update. But I think that was Older removed, or he refused, I think, to tour Bangladesh or something like that, or he asked for a rest, and Brathwaite led the team, and they think that Brathwaite was a better captain. Well, it's the same thing as being removed, I guess. Brathwaite decision-making today leaves a lot to be desired for the SA second innings. Appear to be too defensive at times. DJ Inferno from Trinidad and Tobago, we agree. Let's watch this over from Older. So Older is back into the attack. That's one on the stop. Bavuma defended down to mid-on, and there's no run. So Older is back into the attack. Can Older get 2 wickets for us before the close of the day's play? Let's see if Older can get 2 wickets for us before the close of the day's play. with just about 5 minutes before the scheduled close of the day's play. How many? I am unable to tell you how many overs remained in the day's play, but we are 5 minutes, 4 minutes now from the scheduled close of the day's play. They have an extra half an hour to complete the number of overs that are remaining. But I have no graphics or no information to tell you how many overs remained in the day's play. Can someone put that in the chat? Down the leg side, Bavuma tucked this off his hip. The fielder, Chanda Paul, runs to his right away from backward of square leg and picked up in the region of long leg, and they're back for the second run. The score pushed on to 260 for 6. The lead is now 329. I think Joseph should come on. I know Joseph may be a little tired, but he's our premier bowler, and I think the captain should say, Joseph, I'm begging you 2 overs. 2 fast, sharp overs with this new ball. The ball is still fairly new. It is still fairly new. So I think Joseph is a little tired. There's no doubt about it. He's a little tired. He has bowled 14 overs so far in the day's play. So he should not be too tired. I remember back in the days, our great fast bowlers used to bowl anywhere between 18 and 20 overs. So bowling only 14 overs so far in the day's play. 13 because he bowled 1 last night. So he has bowled 13 overs so far in the day's play. So I think the captain should call on Joseph, to give us 2 fast, sharp over. Older to Bavuma on the back foot and place this one down to gully for the fielder to field, and there's no run. So right now, if I was the captain, I'd go to Joseph and said, I want 2 fast over from you right now. Back in the days, our great fast bowlers, the Oldham, the Walsh, the Ambrose, you name them, the Marshall, the Garner, they will bowl anywhere between 18 and 20 overs in the day's play. So far today, Joseph have bowled only 13 overs. He should be able to come back on and bowl a few overs right now. We need our top fast bowler to bowl a few overs right now. Thank you, Charlie X. Thank you. MPEC TV. The thing is, if Mayers was focusing solely on bowling, it would be easy to break into this West Indies team as a bowler. That's a point there. That's a very good point, MPEC TV. And maybe he should do that. Because initially, when Mayers just started playing first-class cricket, and you can correct me, Mayers, MPEC TV, because you follow the Barbadian closely. I know that. You follow them closely. Mayers started playing first-class cricket as an opening bowler for Barbados, didn't he? And I think he went to the Windward's Hurricane, to the Windward Volcanoes, and he was opening the bowling there also. So, MPEC TV, I know you followed these Barbadian closely. Archibald is from my country, Nevis. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that update, Brian H. I love him. I would like to, Brian H., he looks like a very good prospect. West Indies should think about integrating him into the system. Charlie X, not before he gets some more wickets. I like him, but I want to see him get some more wickets in the last three remaining regional 4-day cricket. I'm not going to call for a player because I like them. He performed well last year. He performed well last year in regional 4-day cricket tournament. And he also have a century and a half century last year. But I want to pick him as a bowler. Sorry about that. Yes, you want your bowlers to contribute with the bat, but their primary role should be a bowler. That is what they pick for. I want to see what he does in these last 3 matches before. Thank you, D-Man. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Fair enough about not writing off our team. I am still open for rain to fall though. Better. That's better. Yes, because it's a tall order. That's better. That's better from you. Hearing the smaller test nations complain about the lack of test matches, but yet they only wait to play against the big 3. That DJ Inferno, I saw that yesterday, and I saw it, and I'm saying, why don't they organize more matches against each other? Why do they have to wait to play India and Australia and England. Why? Why don't organize more matches against themselves? Just like how West Indies play Zimbabwe before we go to South Africa. The Zimbabwe 2 test matches were not a part of the Future Store program. They were not a part of it, but they were organized and played. So we can do that. I think we can do that, especially with most of our test players, because after this test match, Brathwaite, Chanda Paul, and quite a few of the guys will not be playing any more cricket after the regional 4-day and the regional 4-day finish. They will not be playing any more cricket until they play against India. So we can play a few more test matches outside of the FTP. We can only hope that he pans out to that level. True. So Rifa is bowling. Okay, so there. What is this comment? I don't understand this comment. I don't understand this comment. So let's deal with that. People in here need to smash the like button. That is all. Thank you, Brian H. Thank you very much. Please slash a like on the video. Please just click on that thumbs up button. And please subscribe. And you only click that button once to subscribe. Thank you, Brian H. Thank you. The new colors of a good team is variety, and West Indies are same. What is lacking is discipline and consistency. Variety. Okay, Leroy Turner. You want variety. Me, I want specification. That is me. I want specification. I want to pick my top. I said it so many times. So listen back to those videos, Brian Turner, because I've said it so many times. Well, I'll say this once. I'll say just this quickly. I won't elaborate. When West Indies was ruling cricket, we have 6 specialist batsmen. Richards and Larry Gomes could turn their arm over to give the fast bowlers a break. But we have 6 specialist batsmen, a wicket keeper who could bat, and 4 specialist bowlers. Marshall could contribute sometime with the bat. Kraft was stubborn, and Garner was stubborn to get out. But they weren't all-rounders in no way. We rule cricket when we have 6 specialist batsmen and 4 specialist bowlers. That's when we rule cricket. Oh, thank you, DJ Inferno. 6 overs remaining. Welcome, Sheldon. Walsh bowl unchanged in 1992 in Barbados. Bowl unchanged. Thank you, Sheldon Smith. Was that the match against South Africa? I don't. Please remind us. And that's what I'm saying, Sheldon Smith. With Joseph on the ball in 13 overs in the day's play, he should come back into the attack. Nearly 20 years ago, I ran into Ambrose and a little Liat in the Caribbean, and he complained vehemently about the lack of West Indies bowlers being able to bowl a full allotment of overs. And that's what I'm saying. Who's back into 5 overs? They're saying 4.4 overs remaining in the day's play. So after this over from Ola, there'll be 4 overs left. Let us watch the remaining 5 deliveries in this field. I follow West Indies. I'm a Jamaican. Okay, thank you. Score, let me give you the score. So that's another one that tucked up Bavuma again. So the new ball is bowled. That ball would have lobbed to forward short leg. We are bowling the new ball, and there's no one at forward short leg. 267 for 6. They are leading by 336. Older to Armour, and Armour short. Armour pull this away down to square leg. Roach is on the square leg boundary. Field on the second attempt, and they are through for a single. Older is bowling below 80 miles per hour. Thank you, JNR fam. First time captain shouldn't always be the one to blame. We have to play as a team. I love my team. True West Indian fan. Thank you. It is not blaming though, JR fam. It's been critical and analyzing his decision. It's not necessarily blaming. It's not blaming. Because when he does well, we celebrate. When he does poorly, we talk about it. So it's not necessarily blaming. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe and you click only once. West Indies team need a lot of 18 tours. Very good point, D-Man. Very good point, D-Man 7. Welcome back. Welcome back. We do. Very good point. Can't wait to see what Darren Barrow brings back to the table after his long absence. Kevin Stewart, I'm looking forward to Bravo batting in the regional 4-day tournament. I hope he gets some runs because if he gets some runs, his game will be well deserved. Older to Bavuma, touching down on migrant leg stop and it whipped away through mid-wicket down to the boundary for 4. Bavuma is playing a gem of an innings here. He's on 163 from 265 delivery. So South Africa has now pushed up to 272. So the lead is almost approaching 340. So Older, a little too straight there on mid and leg, and Bavuma flicked it away down through mid-wicket. Good shot, 4 runs, and West Indies is under pressure. But we still have to hope. We cannot give up hope. Older to Bavuma, better delivery. Getting the outside portion of the bat, and the man at gully field, and there's no run. One slip, a wide slip, I would say, too far from the keeper. A gully, could you consider it a gully or a 4th slip? Good morning, Godfrey Davis. What's the score? 272 for 6. They are leading by 341. I understand what you're saying, cricket form, but West Indies don't have the talent pool to strictly look at the stats when integrating players. Stats are important, but scouts should look at more than just the box score. Yeah, that's also true. That's all the dynamics that comes into it. But you know, Colin Archibald is my boy, Charlie X. I have talked a lot about Colin Archibald all the time. And Colin Archibald, remember that I picked Colin Archibald for my squad to tour South Africa because I think you'd have given the bowling variety. Remember he was in my squad. But not in the squad. I do not want him to come into the squad because you like him. I want him to earn his way into the squad. Earn his way. So in these 3 matches coming up, I want him to get 10 or 15 wickets. And if he gets 10 or 15 wickets, there's no doubt that he should be in the squad for India. So that's where I want to go. When I call for a player, I don't want there to be no doubt that he should be in the squad. Reefer to Bavuma got the inside edge, the ball goes out to square leg. Blackwood drags across from mid-wicket field and there's a single. 274 for 6. The lead is now 343. Allow me to watch this over from Reefer because there are a number of persons who have tuned in to the show and they are not watching the match, and it's very important that I continue to give the score. Some of the chats will pass while I watch this over from Reefer, but please understand, I just need to watch this over from Reefer because there are persons who have tuned into the show who are not watching it, and they tune into the cricket forum, this watch along, to get an update. So I'm going to watch these remaining 4 deliveries from Reefer. South Africa are 274 for 6. They are leading by 343. Arman 16 is taking strike. Bavuma on 165 not out. Reefer is bowling. He's bowling over the wicket and he's bowling to Armour. He has a slip. He has a gully, or you could say 4th slip. I'd prefer to say gully. So a slip, a gully, a cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, a man on the square leg boundary. Reefer to Armour, and Armour drive this one down to cover. Chanda Paul stop the delivery, and it ricochet to Brathwaite at mid-off, and there's no run. Since I last saw the screen after Reefer had bowled his 2nd delivery, they have now added a 2nd slip. So there's a 2nd slip now. So there's 2 slips, a gully, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. Reefer rubs the ball on his panel, turn at the top of his mark, surveys field, stops. Look at his field now. He begins now to move in. On his way, past the umpire up to the wicket and bowl to Armour, short outside the arch stump, and Armour pull this through mid-wicket. Motie is giving chase. They have gone for 1. They are back for the 2nd. He stops at about 10 meters from the boundary, and they are back for the third. The return came into Reefer, and the score is now 276 for 6. They're leading by 346. Armour pushed on to 19. So there was a short ball outside the half stump. Armour got on top of it and pulled it through mid wicket. Motie was fielding at a straight mid and ran, gave chase, picked it up, stopped it about 10 meters from the boundary and sent in the return, and they're through for 3. So Bavuma is now back on strike. 277 for 6. The lead is 346. 2 slips of cover. A man on the sweeper boundary. Ball to Bavuma outside the half stump. Wide delivery. Bavuma has nothing to do with it, and it's through to the keeper. 277 for 6. So it's 2 slips. I'm giving it a feel. 2 slips, a gully, a man on the cover boundary sweeping, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a man on the square leg boundary, and a man on the long leg boundary. So 3 overs remaining after this one. Bavuma, seconds. South Africa, 277 for 6. Bavuma, seconds in the stands. As Reefer begins to move it now. Looks up and see that Bavuma is ready. He's now round the wicket, ball to Bavuma. That's one is closer to the half stump, but Bavuma leaves alone and it's through to the keeper. So at the end of the 90th over of the South African innings, 3 overs remaining in the day's play. South Africa are 277 for 6. Armour is on 19. Bavuma is on 165. John P. Nicol, all on Griffith's bowl all day in a test match against Australia in Barbados. Thank you for that update. And Joseph should be bowling. There's no doubt that Joseph should bowl 2 of the last 3 overs. I have no doubt about that. Welcome, legend. SA going 2-0. It appears so at this time. Let's hope, as D-Man 7 said, that some rain fall, but there's no rain in the forecast. No rain in the forecast for the next 2 days. I'm banking on the fact that South Africa have one real world-class bowler, and that is Rabada. And we saw yesterday he has some stiffness and he have to leave the field. So let's hope that we can go through. Older to Armour drives down to mid-on. Motie came across to his left and made a good stop, and there's no run. There's no doubt in my mind that Joseph should have been bowling this over. But as often happens, they're going to get a wicket and Ola is going to shut us up. But I am telling you, there's no doubt in my mind that I would have Joseph bowling this over and the last one of the day's play. We keep saying that our regional competitions are too short, yet still they see the Bryce still. I told you that Ola was going to get a wicket and shut us up. I just said it. Am I a genius or what? I just said it. I said there's no doubt in my mind that Joseph should be bowling this over, but Ola is going to get a wicket and shut us up. They are taking the review. What's wrong with you? Oh, am I a prophet or something? I told you. They have taken the review. Let's see. I only saw the finger went up, so it must be leg before. So it's up and it's coming up now. They are showing spin vision, a wobber seam. It on the path out. It's out. That's a waste of review. That's selfish and a waste of review. He's out. Any expectation for the ODI and T20 series against South Africa? I think we are going to be more competitive, but we are concentrating on this match, D-Man 7. We will talk about those series after the test match, pitching outside half, impact, inline, hitting. He should not have taken that review. I look at spin vision once. It was selfish. Yes, South Africa wanted a few runs on the last day, and Walsh said that he would love it. He would lose with okay. You're saying that South Africa wanted a few runs on the last day, and Walsh say that he's going to bowl. They have to lose with him bowling. So Armour went. What I told you? Come on. I said it. I would have bowled Joseph, but Ola is going to get a wicket and prove us wrong and shut us up. Oh boy, that's the irony of it. Good day, Mr. Cricket Forum. I don't think that our bowlers have that mental strength to bowl these full quarters. True, Crystal. Welcome to the show, Crystal. That is so true. Please smash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. You left out Baptiste, Collins, Kings, and Larry Gomes. Leroy Turner is always going to, we cannot call all the names. You know that, and that's why you don't call name, because you're going to left out a few. You're always going to do that. I agree with you. The teams should be included on these tours to gain experience in other conditions. True, Charlie X, we need more A-team tours. And I've done comprehensive videos on that. I've done a lot of videos talking about these things, A lot of videos. We all love the team, but this is very difficult to look at West Indies playing. Godfrey Davis, I'm telling you, if it was not this community, I'll go crazy sometime watching the West Indies playing. But interacting with you guys, interacting with you and the fellowship and the friendship that we build here and the relationship that we have here, it sort of eases the stress. Because if you were just listening to those South African commentators commentating and watching the match, I don't know. Godfrey Davis, I agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. West Indies should be more focused on the game. True, Leon Rodney, true. Yes, against South Africa, they wanted, okay, yes, Sheldon Smith. Trivia question for Carlton. A CWI director is currently posting in this chat. Name the person. A CWI director is currently posting in this chat. Name the person. Welcome, Mr. CWI director. We're glad that you are tuning into the show. Is you John P. Nicol? Is it you? Tell me the country is from, John P. Nicol. Tell me the country is from. Too many times of recent vintage, our regional competitions do not coincide with home and away tours. So West Indies always have players who are not match sharp. DJ Inferno is onto something there. That is true, but in all honesty though, DJ Inferno, I think those days are days of the past. I don't think they're going to come back with the workload. Over the wicket ball to Maharaj a bumper. Yes, run. Maharaj, I can tell you this. Maharaj is, if you don't get him quickly, he's going to score so fast that West Indies will be chasing for over 400. You have to out Maharaj and out him quickly. And I'm glad to see that we have two slipper gully and we have a forward short leg. I'm glad to see those attacking fielders. They are pushing back the man at mid-wicket. That means they are going to go short to him. I'm telling you, if you don't out Maharaj in a very, very quick time, this lead will go above 400. Older make his way in over the wicket, ball to Maharaj on the back foot, forcing it down to backward of point, and there's no run. So Older once again got the breakthrough. Now Joseph should be coming from the other end. Joseph should be coming from the other end. With all due respect to Reefer, Joseph should be coming from the other end. Them after bat like how them man batting. True. We hope that Mayers can reproduce one of those innings against Bangladesh. So the final delivery of the over. Older passes the umpire now. Up to the wicket. Ball to Maharaji. Defends. Older field. No run. That was a good over. Congratulations, Older, for getting the breakthrough. You always done it. Thanks again. And Older, in all honesty, for 15 matches or so, Older was not doing anything. And Older, I have dropped Older from the squad towards Zimbabwe and South Africa in my squad. I have dropped him. But I think he's now getting back to that position where he's assuring his game in the team. He's picking up wickets here and there. He's not getting the 5 wickets all, but he's picking up wickets here and there. And he's bowling consistently well. And he has a good economy. So he's bowling very, very well. So Reefer, round the wicket, bowl to Bavuma, this peel off the outside edge of the bat and runs down to the third man boundary for 4. So Bavuma pushed up now to 169. The score is now 281. And the lead is somewhere, I think, 348 or 350. So So that was outside the half stump. Bavuma looking to drive it, peel off the outside edge to the right of gully, and it ran down to the third man boundary for 4. Yes, you on point, lol. Thank you, Breaker Environment. Thank you. Charlie X, big chase with the clutch wicket. Big J's with the clutch wicket. Reef around the wicket, ball to Bavuma. Bavuma on the front foot, and he opened the face of the bat and guide this down to the field. And the backward point boundary seems to be Roach, and they got a singer. So the score now moves up to 282 for 7. The lead is now 351. No ball by Reefer. So that was a no ball by Reefer. John P. Nicol, man, you are the best. Magic Man Carlton and Purple Blue Peace and oh, thank you, John P. Thank you, John P. Nicol. Thank you, John P. Nicol. If Edmeyer was appointed vice captain or even captain, would he be playing for us now? That's for another chat, Gerard Mead. But I was you the one asking about whether you think that Edmeyer should be appointed captaincy. I don't remember. I think I saw that comment, but I think that's for another show. That's something that will be very controversial. Right now, you saying this, Gerard Mead, there are persons who are coming at you, pro you and against you, pro and cons. There are persons who are coming with the pro and con. So that's for another show, and that is something that I probably will take on. And so I will hear the views of the wider community. Please click on the subscribe button. Reef around the wicket to Maharaj. Good delivery. The batsman has to defend and place the ball down to Chandler Paul at cover, who tosses it to Brathwaite as Reefer makes his way back to the top of his mark. Bavuma is cricketing sensational in the world. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you, Siddharth. Welcome to the show. How is the temperature in South Africa today? Welcome to the show. South Africa win sure. Thank you. So we have a number of South Africans joining in, and we should welcome. So welcome to the show. Are you from Cape Town? Tell us where you're from. Are you from Johannesburg? Are you near to the ground? Remember, Edmeyer was the captain of our successful under-19 team. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. But captaining at the under-19 level is a different thing from captaining big men. But as I said, Gerard Mead is something that I'm going to do a show on. Please click on that subscribe button. You click once and it's free to subscribe. Raymond Reef around the wicket, ball to Maharaj. Maharaj stand up tall and defend it from the crease down to backward point, our gully, and there's no run. West Indies cricket needs a complete overhaul from. Please give us. Thank you for that suggestion, but please give us your suggestion. Please give us 5 things that you will do to West Indies cricket. 5. If you were the president of CWI, because what we are looking for here is different opinion, because we want the team to win again. Reef around the wicket to Maharaj outside the half stump. He leaves alone and through to the keeper. So the final overs of the day's play coming up. So I know I can't pronounce your name, but I'm glad for what you said. We agree with what you said. And so we are asking you to expand on your comment. Well, let's move it from 5 to 3. Give us 3 suggestions. If you were a CWI president tomorrow morning, tell us 3 things that you will do. I remember watching every game of the tournament. I was on the edge of my seat. Okay, that replying to Jared Mead. This is embarrassing. Brian H. Yes, 352. 352 is a big lead, and they are coming from 105. 103 for 5. So the last 2 wickets have put on over 249 runs. 249 runs. And I said it again, they should not have scored so many runs, even if we did not get a wicket. And with proper field placing and a little imagination, I think we'd have bowled them out already. But even if we did not get a wicket, they should not have scored over 249 runs in the last 3.5 hours. 249 runs in 210 minutes. They should not have scored it, because that's what they have actually scored. In the last 3 hours and a bit, they have scored 249 runs. And this is what I blame. And this is what I cannot wrestle with. They scored too fast and too quickly in a short period of time. Even if we did not get the wicket, they should not have scored. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm looking at the overall lead. I'm wrong. It's 284. So it's 103 minus 284, which leave you with 177, with 181. 181 in 3 hours is still fast. They should not have scored so many runs. I was looking at the overall lead and taking away the 103 from it. My apology. It's 284, so they have scored 181 runs in 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours. That was too fast. And again, I say this. It's mainly because it is clear that Motie is carrying an injury. I believe that if he was not carrying this injury, we'd have bowled out South Africa already. I clearly believe that. Although with the last over of the day is played, that one topped off the hit by Maharaj, Chanderpaul on the fine leg boundary, ran to his right, stopped it from going into the boundary, and they are back for 2. 286 for 7. The lead is 355. Maharaj is off the mark with that stroke. Bavuma is on 171. South Africa, 286. So 4 deliveries remained in the day's play. The lead is 355. And South Africa have played this well. They have played it well. A lot of CWI people posting in this chat. D-Man7 Older makes his way in bowl to Maharaj. Maharaj standing up tall and defending the ball. The skipper runs away to his left from extra cover field, and there is no run. I welcome them to be posting in this chat. They will not agree with everything that I said, but I hope that they will see some of the things that we are saying in this community. And I'm glad that they are part of this community. And remember, in the end, they are our officers. And we can pray and hope that they make the right decision. And I know the wider pool of views that they get, it is the more we hope that they will look on all of those views and try and pick out the ones that they think will help them to move the cricket forward. So I thank them for watching. I appreciate them watching. And I encourage them to click on the subscribe button. And please slash a like on the video. So I really appreciate them. All around the wicket for the ball to Maharaj, and he tucked this away down to back with a square leg. The fielder on the boundary, Chanderpaul, comes in, picks up on the arm, the return to Reefer under the helmet, that forward short leg, and they're through for a single. When is SA going to declare? No, they are not going to declare. There are too much time leaves in the match. They are 2 days after today. They are not going to declare. They are going to frustrate the West Indies. One of the things about cricket, D-Man, and when you are leading a cricket team, you should always try and not please the opposition. One of the best things that could happen to the West Indies cricket team now is for South Africa not to come out and bat tomorrow. Yes. Well, that's one of the best things that could have happened to them. And South Africa is not going to do that. DJ Inferno, I would suggest that CWI organize with USA, Ireland, Afghanistan, or the Netherlands to tour the West Indies for 5 4-day matches. That's a good suggestion, D Inferno. That's a good suggestion. And so those from the West Indies hierarchy that are in this chat, or what I don't want to use the word spy, but for lack of a better word, let's use spy or the agent, your agent who are in this chat. We'll look at that. Maybe not 5 4-day matches, but if it is 3 or 2, but I get the bigger picture. You would like them to tour for some 4-day matches. I get the bigger picture. So at Stump on day 3, South Africa is 287 for 7, lead by 356. So the West Indies, having South Africa at 103 for 5, let it slip. I think this is in part because of poor field placing. a lack of imagination and the captaincy. And I'm almost certain the fact that Motie is not 100% fit and is unable to bowl that aided South Africa to be in this position. I do not think that South Africa would have scored 200 runs if Motie was fit. I certainly do not think so. Clearly, the young man is a bit stiff from bowling in the first innings. And clearly, at this time, he's not trusting his body. I think with a fit Motie, we would not have been in this position. We would have been batting already. Thank you all for tuning in. It was great being here. At the start of this broadcast, I was very hungry. But interacting with you carried me through the final hour and a half of the day's play. It was very disappointing, the performance of the West Indies in those 3 hours. We are disappointed with their performances, but they are our team, and we should continue to support our team. At this stage, South Africa is clearly having the upper hand, and it is very unlikely that we will win this match. The average first inning score on this ground is 210. That's the average fourth inning score. South Africa is now leading by 355. 145 runs more than the average first inning scores. But records are made to be broken. And let us hope against hope that somehow the West Indies will pull this off. We have to support those 11 players on the field, whether those are the 11 that we wanted to be there or not, because no one else can win the match except those 11 players on the field. So let's support them. Thank you all for keeping my company. It was a pleasure being here with you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved one. God bless you all. One love. Until tomorrow morning. Take care.